Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Barry, and in this video I'll explore how researchers in Alberta, Canada have discovered a simple cannabinoid compound that they feel may emerge as a surprising addition to the global battle against the novel coronavirus. Now, this is not my study, nor is it just my opinion. Now, over the past few months, there has been a frantic rush to be able to find all potential treatments to be able to combat this coronavirus, which leads to the question, and that is, how and where does CBD fall into this category? Now, I've got a disclaimer that I need to push out there, and that is CBD Pro LLC does not advocate the use of any of its products for the treatment of any infection or terminal illness without the advice of your registered medical practitioner. Also, the FDA has not approved or tested CBD for coronavirus or for COVID-19. Now, this very recent study from the University of Lethbridge, conducted in April of 2020, shows that high concentrations of the cannabis compound known as cannabidiol, or CBD, and low concentrations of tetrahydracannabidiol, or THC, has been shown to inhibit viral activity caused by the novel coronavirus. The results of this study point towards a potential treatment for the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, acting as a catalyst for the cannabis industry and further studies to be conducted. Just as with other respiratory viruses, the coronavirus is transmitted through tiny little respiratory droplets that are ejected during a cough or a sneeze from an infected person. Now, following that, the inhalation of these droplets by an uninfected person, the virus is then introduced into the body and uses receptor-mediated entry into the human host via the angiotensin-converting enzyme 2, known as ACE2. Now, these ACE2 receptor enzymes are primarily found within the lung tissue, as well as the oral and the nasal mucosa. Plus, there's a smaller amount that are found within the kidneys, the testes, and also the gastrointestinal tract. Now, a second entry point into the body is the responsibility of another enzyme that's located in the cell membrane, known as the transmembrane protease serine 2. Which facilitates the virus entry as well. Therefore, modulation of both of these enzymes may play a very important role in being able to curtail the spread of the disease and reduce the mortality rate. Now, in this Lethbridge study, researchers injected different extracts of sativa, cannabis sativa, into the cultured human tissues that contained the ACE2 enzymes. Now, the results were actually more than promising, as some of the high CBD strains reduced viral receptor activity by 73%. That's right, 73%, leading to a less likelihood of becoming infected. Now, the difference between the ACE2 activity in certain tissues before and after the extracts were administered was statistically significant, and should be noted that the majority of the cannabis strains used were the high CBD and the low THC variety. Therefore, the favorable strains used in this study fall into what is classified as the hemp family of cannabis, with an average ratio of CBD to THC at 25:1. According to the study, and I quote, "The extracts of our most successful and novel high CBD cannabis sativa lines, pending further investigation, may become a useful and safe addition to the treatment of the COVID-19 as an adjunct therapy. They can be used to develop easy-to-use preventive treatments in the form of a mouthwash and throat gargle products for both clinical and at-home use. Such products ought to be tested for their potential to decrease viral entry into the oral mucosa. Given the current dire and rapidly evolving epidemiological situation, every possible therapeutic opportunity and avenue must be considered," end quote. Now, it should be noted that this study has just recently been posted. Matter of fact, on April 19th, 2020. And therefore is what we call preclinical and has not yet been peer reviewed. However, it is in the process of doing so. Now, cannabinoid therapy, however, is gaining traction, serious traction, as a potential therapy in combating COVID-19 after initial suspicion from experts stating that cannabis strains high in THC, not CBD, but THC, could exacerbate COVID-19 and its spread. For example, scientists in Israel are now conducting 3 clinical trials to test the effects of CBD in repairing cells that have been damaged by COVID-19, citing the plant's well-known anti-inflammatory properties. But you ask the question, how promising is this study? Well, in my professional opinion, the results have major physiologic credibility due to the fact that the vast majority of severe cases of COVID-19 lead to fatalities based on a sustained hyperactive or hyperreactive immune response that is known as the cytokine storm. Now, it's been studied, widely studied, that the coronavirus actually has extraordinary levels of immune response that it forces the body to produce, causing white blood cells to attack and destroy healthy tissue, as high concentration of these cells actually attack the lungs, leading to what we know as a potential mortality situation. Therefore, according to this study, which I highly encourage you to read, that high concentration of CBD that falls within the classification of hemp exhibits interesting results and warrants further scientific investigation into its use in order to strengthen our body's homeostatic defense mechanism, along with assisting us in mitigating the effects of the virus prior to or just following initial infection. Now, in my professional opinion, this seems to me that the immunosuppressive and the anti-inflammatory effects of CBD may prove particularly useful. So, please keep in mind, I am simply just reviewing with you the facts that were published regarding this monumental high CBD, low THC study, and agree that this proves the desperate need for swift attention for further investigation. And once again, I highly encourage you to read this study and understand that this is not just my opinion, but it has been shown through valid testing to be accurate.